game momentum they built in this map originally, probably all gone now. So we'll see. Here we go. We're going to get this game underway. Virtus.pro, Dignitas. The fans are going with Virtus.pro. And Henry G has said, fans, I am writing a Bible, and I believe that Dignitas will win. What will be the next commandment in your Bible?
Done
buddy system.
Always buy a diffuse kit.
Wow. We've gone from insightful levels to always buy a diffuse kit.
Oh, you put me on the spot. I haven't got the Bible with me. It's still in the works. Here we go. Knife rounds, always very important. So, D season, it's tough to call what team they're going to want to go for first. I'd say CT is always a safe bet, especially on a map that's not very played that much. So you won't have too many tactics in your arsenal when coming towards this kind of setup. So we can see there who actually won the knife round there. I was talking, I didn't actually see who won.
It was Dignitas.
Okay, so they will be staying CT as we thought they might.
Back to a Dignitas last night you saw missing a player. Today they're back to full strength.
Well, they were missing FACEIT, and he's probably he's not the biggest fragger for them, but he's the most important. He's the engine of the team. He's the one who holds it all together. He has the tactics, and he kind of keeps all the younger players on a leash. So it was, you saw them kind of make a few silly mistakes yesterday, and I'm sure he'll be cracking the whip today and making sure he rectifies any mistakes that are made. They had MSL playing for him, a very good player himself, but when you're missing your team leader, it's always going to be very difficult to get yourself back into the games, as it were. But here we go. Looks like we'll be going very live soon.
Very live. Now, question for you.
You know what I meant.
Question for you. How much does this always the bridesmaid, never the bride problem for Dignitas begin to wane on them, grain on them? How much does it actually become a mental problem? What you mentioned when your days, you used to go up against the French teams and just get pummeled regularly.
Sure. Well, I was always on the cusp. I'm like coming up what this Dignitas are. I think they're in the top 5 sort of level right now. They're always just on the cusp of greatness, and I think they're waiting for their moment to kind of have that moment of realization that they are one of the world's best teams. And I think it is coming. I think they're getting better and better, and I think they seem to stick with the same lineup, and great things will come to them. I think they've got a great platform with Dignitas. But as I say that, here we go. We're actually live now on D season. We have Virtus.pro going against Dignitas.
I can see it now when Fetish finally wins. Martin McCutcheon, this is my moment, playing in the background.
It's another old school reference. Martin McCutcheon's old UK soap star, for anyone who doesn't know.
Taz, leading the charge for the VP side. Bialy is going to come around the flank back of that side. Fires off a lot of shots and gets himself the frag onto AZ. Device does return the favor. Pasha goes down, but with the bomb planted and the kind of advanced position Taz here from those coming around from the CT spawn side of it, he should be able to cut them off. First frag goes that way. Taz waiting from behind, gets that first kill, and will get the second as well. Nice play from him. Dupree 1 on 3, and he's going to find himself in no man's land very, very soon. And Virtus.pro will get themselves the round, and we'll take that early advantage.
Yeah, it's when the bomb goes down, that sort of situation. It's always very difficult for the CT to even get back onto the map. There's not many points of access for the CTs there on this map, so they've got the upper and the lower, one coming from CT spawn, one wrapping around. And as soon as that bomb went down, it's kind of like a lost cause for Dignitas there. But great opening round for Virtus.pro. We can see that Dignitas have actually opted for no head armor here. There's a couple of P250s in the USPs, so they're not kind of sticking to the method of getting head armor and pistols this round. They just kind of want to buy their time a little bit.
A kill or two, as Virtus.pro will now have to rely on the old guard to dig themselves out of here as they move in, and Taz dispatches the Zipnik. Second frag, just a moment away from him. But now reinforcements come in, and Device will go down. But slightly more expensive round than VP would have liked to have seen for number 2.
Yeah. 2 big frags there, I think, for Zipnix as he opened up the fragging. And we can see the T's kind of contemplating what guns they're going to go for here. Is it worth... Quite interesting that the Dignitas haven't actually gone for anything. They haven't gone all in on any of these big bars you see in the eco round. So they're probably, that kind of suggests they might not have any set tactics in their arsenal on this CT setup. They just kind of want to wait until they get the AWPs rolling, kind of set the strong arms up.
He will connect with the first before Device drops Snack. Kaz is just kind of in hunter-gatherer mode for Virtus.pro as he prowls the map looking for frags and leading his pack of young wolves. Wild jungle. It'll be 3-0 to Virtus.pro, and now the first buy round for Dignitas, and they have plenty to do it with.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of methodology Virtus.pro used here. We've seen them do some very fast tactics on the T-pistol round, and will they be? I think there'll be more of the same from them, to be honest. I think they're a team that will can just work together and gel as a team and kind of get into bomb sites together and make their frags. So we can see them actually splitting up a little bit here to kind of feeling out the map and seeing what's available to them in terms of opportunities for frags.
It's interesting, during Cologne on stage, Fetish called out. Yeah, he didn't like that people had tagged Dignitas as a CT side.
Oh, really?
Well, it was so-called writers. I think it was a reference at an unnamed. It will be. It's interesting that they don't like that tag, but they are just so strong on a CT side. Their playstyle lends to it so well. Dupree and Pasha will pick up a frag each as the exchange goes on the outside. Pasha now ready to back up the assault going towards their A site. As Device will spy incoming Polish players any second now. As Fetish gets himself the first. Stacks goes down. Two-man advantage here for Virtus.pro as Device connects onto Bjarli, and that leaves just Taz and Pasha to do the damage. It's not going to happen. Dignitas will get themselves on the board.
Yeah, nice controlled round from them. Didn't get too sold by the players making their advance on different parts of the map there. So that's going to be a very important round. We can see Virtus.pro do have enough money to buy here. It's not going to be a very extensive buy. They've got a Galil in hand and a few players with grenades as well. It'll be interesting to see what Dignitas do here. I think they'll kind of want to change up the pace a little bit. See big grenades coming in, not actually landing any damage there, but he does open the flagging up onto Pasha.
Connect. See what's next in store for them. Dignitas fires in towards that smoke, heavily tagged up. Snacks down to 9 points of health. They do pick up one frag, Virtus.pro, but with Dignitas and Zipnik at the double, they will find this round sneaking away from them pretty quickly into it. 2 versus 4, of which Bjarli has just 9 points of health. Bomb plant would be a big bonus for VP now. It seems unlikely a chance onto the crosshair of Dupree. And that'll be that. Bjarli, 9 points of health, 1 on 4. He's good, but this would be something special.
Oh, it really would. I think it'd be a stretch too far for him. You just want to be saving that AK. He's got 42 seconds to do it, though.
Now this Dignitas side have a lot of star players. Who's the one that shines out? Who's the one you enjoy to watch?
Believe it or not, I actually like watching Fetish the most, just because I played with him so many times down the years, and I respect his playstyle and himself as an in-game leader. I think he plays positions like outside and nuke very well. I think he's a very smart player. He's not the biggest fragger in the team, but I think he plays all of his roles very, very well, and that's what I like about him. Is he's got a very consistent player that always delivers what's needed of him.
Yeah, you played with him. What's he like to play with?
I never actually played with him on a team. I played against him a lot of times. So like we were always like, I was an in-game leader and so was he. So we always had this kind of mutual respect for each other. That's why I kind of like him now, and it's good to see him kind of in the forefront of CS:GO and kind of shining the light for CSS players.
Now he's very much from your cut from the same cloth as you.
Yes.
Doesn't take risks. Likes to play it by the book.
Exactly. Yeah. He's definitely from the same school as CS I went to. And now the one I run as well. So,
we've taken this joke far. Let's see how far it can go.
So we got the 4 pistols in turn. Boyali did actually manage to save that AK, so good work from him. And with 4 pistols for Virtus.pro, and I don't think they're going to be able to do a lot here. Season's just one of those maps. It's just such a big map. It's just so hard to get into these choke points and actually have access to the CTs because there's so many long-range positions they can hide in, so many little cubby holes and stuff like that. So it's hard to find frags and surprise CTs. But Virtus.pro definitely having a go here and taking a very slow-paced eco round here.
Bialy will be the one to lead that assault. This is one where the buddy system is vital because when he drops, that gun is going to be up for grabs. You're really stretching if you think much will come out of this eco round.
Ticking away here. They need to make their next move, and very quickly. I think just saving that AK might be a good shout.
Yeah. Keeping 5 players alive. Past 18 seconds. Bialy does get himself that first kill, and that nade just waiting for him from Device. And the buddy system just about works, as it'll be the gun picked up, but go no further. Dignitas to claim their next round and tie us back up on 3-3.
Yeah, I think this is where Dignitas will come into their own. Once they find their footing on a map like this, they should be able to get a lot of rounds together and kind of really destroy the terrorist economy. You can see it now. It's looking particularly weak right now. So this next round will be very important. This will knock VP onto an eco, another eco after that save from Bialy. You can see that they're going for a full-on B rush now. This is more the place I expected to see from VP.
Zipnik's big nade gets 3 players damaged there, and it'll be Snacks who is going to rejoin the Virtus.pro party. VP held back in the end, unable to make their push on towards that B site, and will retreat, make their way now over towards the A site. It'll be Device who will see action shortly. Snail's pace rush though from Virtus.pro, who this crossover in middle is the hardest part for them if they want to make that transition on towards that A site. And they do it. There was no guns trained on it when they made that move. Device now is waiting against Dupree, who will be seeing action. And he tags up the first man, follows up with a frag. Snacks will go down. Dupree down in the end by Taz, but he's done his job. Zipnik comes in, and he gets himself a frag. As we go frag for frag, 3-on-3. As Fetish comes in, again Pasha will return the favor, but AZ in the back claims his first. They may just claim the finishing frag here. It's all on Pasha. 13 points of health up against 2. And he will decide, you know what, I've got a gun.
Yeah.
I'd like to keep it.
Sensible decision. No time left whatsoever. Bomb down. He really would have no chance there. He managed to get quite a lot of damage off into AZ there, but it's not going to be enough for him, and that's going to be another round on the board for Dignitas now. It's going to be 4-3 in favour of them. We can see the economy is being absolutely destroyed for VP. They could force out, get a little buy here with that AK in hand. I wouldn't recommend it to them right now. I think they just need to kind of play this eco out. Oh, God, here we go. They have gone for it, in fact.
They've gone against the Henry G Bible.
What are they thinking? Well, to be fair, like they've been playing quite tentatively so far. They could do something quite surprising, quite fast, and here we go. They actually have done that. Actually managing to pick up the first 2 first as well.
And a third as it'll be Dupree who goes down, and that leaves just Fetish and Zipniks to have to salvage something from Dignitas on this, and the blasphemers of Virtus.pro look like they may just Zipniks gets himself that frag onto Pasha, and as that bomb is about to go down, so we look to switch away from Pasha as Fetish now will move in. Bomb is planted. Fetish takes a hit as Zipniks will come around on the top, jumps out into the visibility, and Bialy will be forced out into the open. Nice play from Zipniks there as he uses that Molotov to just move his opponent out, but it won't be enough as Virtus.pro will pick themselves up their 4th round and their first in 4 and tie us back up at 4-all.
It's interesting to note that because Dignitas aren't actually utilising an AWP in the middle area, that's where VP should be going. They should be kind of doing exactly what they did just then, kind of completely showing dominance, getting 5 players out the middle. That's the gateway for the whole map. So I'm not sure why they're not actually cottoning onto that and using it a lot more. I know that's what they actually might do here. As soon as Dignitas don't have the AWP there, it's very easy to play.
Dupree will wait for them in the middle. And so Zipnik comes in, gets himself an easy frag onto Snacks there. Second for Zipnik, and now there'll be the third. Lovely play from the former Fnatic man. Only Pasha responding. It's a 2-on-3 as Zipnik's hazy and Device look to stop any momentum being built by Virtus.pro. From behind, Zipnik's for the next frag. It's 3 and an assist this round for him. And Pasha, last man up, is being hunted down as well. He will find himself in the middle of a Danish sandwich. Probably expect something like that as well. Now, you've played in the different kind of generations of CS.
Yes.
The start of 1.6, the end of 1.6. Source was kind of overlapped with the end. And the different highs and lows of those generations. Where does this high that CSGO is on right now compare to your high of the CGS?
The CGS, obviously, very different times indeed. It was almost a different game. Like the fact it was MR10 it was, wasn't it? Yeah, God, it escapes me now. But it's such a different school of play to this one. So we were running around like headless chickens most around us, trying to get the bomb down within a minute before it all went wrong. So
yeah, they changed the round timer as well.
Yeah, it was completely different. It's formatted for television. It didn't really work that well, to be honest. But everyone had to adapt to it, and yeah,
Got
very
to live the life
times.
in LA though.
Well, I believe you've got a slice of that Aston as well.
Device, we'll come back to that story. Device gets himself the first, Hazy and Device follow up, and it'll be Bjarli to the last man standing. And so, you're looking now at if CGS was if CGS was, let's think of the perfect analogy, the height for the unauthentic Counter-Strike,
Sure.
but it had the money. Now may be the purist's best time. There's more money in it now than there ever has been. Phenomenal competitive scene, a relatively consistent circuit.
Yep.
Is now the greatest time that CS has had?
Oh, definitely. I think this is finally getting the recognition it deserves, and I think it's just down to Valve making the game a lot more accessible to people. Like, actually, with the skins and the matchmaking, it's opened people's eyes to esports and viewing as well. And I think like companies like Twitch supporting CSGO in such a strong way, it's definitely the strongest CS has ever been, and it's only going to get stronger.
Go Twitch.
Indeed.
Snacks gets himself that first frag as Dupree has been dropped. And 6-4 Dignitas here. Virtus.pro need to get themselves with enough on the board to play that CT side out. They'll be looking for at least 2 more before the half hit. They make the approach onto middle. Device, though, is going to come around and show himself to... Hazy gets dropped as well. 3 players left for VP to charge away from the Device, who had his opportunity and just couldn't quite finish off the job. Pasha gets himself the frag onto Fetish, and now we're running out of Danes here. As it was a 2-on-5. Frag comes in there as Device drops Pasha before Bjarli takes vengeance, and it'll be Zipnik's the last man 1-on-4. And he will not risk it as he races over towards B.
Yeah, it's very back and forth stuff here. It seems like VP seems to be doing a lot better in these faster strategies they're employing, and seem to be making the frags well. Only dropping Pasha there, and Zipnik will be very lucky if he can keep his gun here. Device saying awkward there. Did we see what happened?
I think it was when he jumped in out the back and didn't finish off the frag.
Oh,
That's my guess.
Oh god, yeah, that was awkward, to be fair. Fair play. When you get 4 players on the screen, you just have to do a crouch AK spray. It's never pretty when you don't kill anyone. It does look a bit awkward for everyone. So maybe perhaps he'd picked up 2 kills there. They could have got themselves back into that round, but oh well. Those are the breaks.
Those are the breaks.
And,
6-5 Dig for VP. What's a good scoreline going into halftime?
I think Dignitas want to make sure they get themselves at least 10, just to kind of give themselves some rounds to play with on the T side. But it's interesting to note the Device has actually picked up the AWP now, so it's going to make that mid area a lot more difficult for Virtus.pro to apprehend. But as I say that, though, it looks like it's easier than ever. They take down the first 2 picks, and the AWP actually has to run away.
Snacks with an opportunity to claim what would be only his 4th frag in 11 rounds, but hasn't done so. Did enough damage to Fetish, and now we were with Device there with that AWP, who's going to set himself up at A, which is where the bomb's going. Pasha connects, Fetish goes down, and Dignitas now in a real tough spot here. 2 men against 5 with a bomb planted, and they're going to be caught between an idea of do they want to save that AWP, because 2 rounds in a row they'll probably be forced into saving. I haven't seen the money for Dignitas yet, but probably be forced into saving next time out. Device will sit there and say, look, not going to get that defuse. So he will try and get away with his life.
I think that's a wise decision. He hasn't been able to make anything happen with that AWP yet, and he's given away his position right now. And it looks like the VP boys will be hunting him down. Taz lying in wait, seeing if he can get him. Oh, it's not going to be enough. Device trying to take him down.
Oh!
Snacks does manage to finish him off. And it's going to look like, yeah, like you said, it's going to be the eco round now coming for Team Dignitas as we go into the 13th round.
6-6. Tie game. And one gun brought up by Zipnix just to kind of balance out that CT money. He had plenty. This is a tough old call for Dignitas. It went so well. They reclaimed the pistol round deficit, and were looking good. But VP just upping the pace and offering something a little bit different to Dignitas, and maybe brushed off the cobwebs of their season strength that they had in the last FACEIT tournament, where they won 2 games on it.
Good to know they're utilising that mid-area very well, pushing the CTs back and giving them no real information there. They're doing that throughout this half, and it seems to be that the rounds are winning when they get utilised the mid-area correctly.
Fetish goes down.
Oh, wow.
Dupree, who had been naded previously, only had 12 points of health, but instantly found by Taz. It looked like it going to Stefan, and now the VP side at the moment look like they're going to support their fans who are backing them to win this game. They take the lead with only 2 rounds left in the half.
Well, here we go. The 2 rounds remaining. We can see Snacks actually became an AWP himself. Fetish is actually going to be taking the helm of the AWP, taking it off Device. Be interesting to see it. I know Fetish has a much more defensive style compared to Device, so he'll be looking to kind of lock down. I'd like to say middle area. It seems that that's been the weak point for CT so far. But let's see where he's actually gone towards here now. He's going to be AWPing that mid point while the boys go slightly more aggressive on B there. See a much slower tentative round coming in from VP now. Kind of just trying to use that AWP and see if they can find any sort of opportunity to find a frag.
There is Fetish. Zipnix losing half his health on the other side of the map, but Fetish looking for love in middle, and no one sharing with him. Pensive start this from VP. They were expecting that AWP, and race into any open scenarios as a result. Snacks just looked away moments before his frag was going to be served up on a plate for him, and that'll leave VP both a man down and really uncommitted. They've got 2 players over at A, 2 at B, and the long ride over from those 2 sites on this map. First frag, second frag comes in. VP looking to turn the tide. AZ gets himself a return on with VP, but as Bjarli comes in onto Device, they return out, and this will be a 2 versus 3 reclaim. The 2 on A seem to have done their job. Fetish now going to have to pull something out. Hasn't necessarily worked for Dignitas when they have pulled up that AWP. Let's see whether Fetish can turn that tide or whether they'll save out. Save out they will. And
yeah, Dignitas really haven't been able to get the AWP rolling whatsoever. I don't think I've seen land an AWP frag yet. Like they experimented with it, but it is nothing coming to it as of yet. And it's definitely the right option for them. I think they just need to move it around a little bit more, kind of like we saw on New Glass game, kind of just changing the position each round, kind of maybe take it towards B, go for that opening frag when they try to do an aggressive round there. Just need to make sure it's a little bit more dynamic, as it were. We can see here now it's going to be the last round of the half. And I think Dignitas is going to be a little bit disappointed with this half. I think they expected to get a lot more rounds than 6.
well, Fetish himself quiet on just 3 frags. And we'll stay on board with him as we'll jump over to Bjarli. And he will lead the charge down towards the A site where Device and his FAMAS are lying in wait. Could be a 9-6 half VP.
Dream half for them.
Like pops out of the smoke. Fetish has a frag on the other side. Device should finish off as well. And Dignitas, no sooner do we write them off, they remind us of exactly what they bring to the table. And they'll pull this one back to an 8-7 half. How much of the scoreline of this kind of changing of the momentum in the first half is owed to how little the map is played?
It's difficult to call. Like you never know. A team like Dignitas would be, as far as I'm aware, quite drilled in this map. We know that VP have played this in finals before, so there's no real excuse to say, oh, we don't play the map enough. Like, they obviously know it, they train on it, and any top team would do, to be honest. But as you say, like, the level of CS you see on it is not quite as good as some maps you see. Like, you don't see anything integral. I don't think we've seen a single Molotov being thrown this game, just because like probably people just don't know how to use them that effectively. Like I said, it's not played that much. But here we go then, going into the very important pistol round here. VP can pick this up. They can put themselves in a very positive position now. I mean, Pasha opening the flag and onto the device. It's a 5-3 situation.
Reconnect with the only Dignitas return. There's Zipnix and Dupree down to next to no health. And it's only Dupree left standing. 12 points of health, 2 kills in the bag. But 3 very, very angry Virtus.pro players lining him up. And he's got just 8 health to play with. Bialy will put him out of his misery. VP pick up the pistol and will now feel that this game is within touching distance.
Absolutely. Though you can see Fetis is kind of deciding how he's going to play this one. They've gone for a few P250s in hand, a smoke grenade and a flash for them. We have got the full rifle set up for VP, suggesting they're just going to play it quite casually here. They don't want to give anything away. This is the kind of map you shouldn't be losing the anti-eagers on, to be honest. There isn't much in terms you can do to do things wrong. So they just need to hold their distance and hit their shots, and they should be fine. You can see Dignitas maybe setting up for something a little bit more technical here. Maybe Fetish will be putting this nice little smoke down the middle. There it is. Here it comes. This will be smoking off the person spotting in the middle, and then they should be able to just burst into mid.
There we go. There is that smoke that you called, and let's see what's waiting for them, though. The gun disadvantage is going to count double with despite the well-executed movement from Dignitas as Zipnix gets dropped. Pasha chimes in, and well, sometimes even the best laid plans can be undone by M4.
There it is. Nice try from them. Like, the fact they actually managed to get into one of the choke points is quite impressive itself, but without the gunpowder to go with it, it's quite useless, to be honest, especially on a map like DC season. It's going to be the 10th round in favour of Virtus.pro. We can see a very tentative buy coming in from Dignitas. They don't like to subscribe to this head armor and pistols, especially on DC season. It seems like they just want to play the eco rounds out and wait for the gun rounds before they really begin.
How did you adapt to ever-changing map pools? I mean, in Source it wasn't quite the same, but they did bring in new maps. Does it take anything away from you? Does it help the game evolve?
It depends how lazy you are, to be honest. If you're a sort of team that didn't want to practice them, you just wanted to veto them, it could be better to say that. That's a sort of knife coming in. It just depends on what kind of team you are. Like, I think the teams that actually took it seriously and realised there's a lot of money on the line, you'd actually take the time and learn those maps and kind of use it to your advantage. But especially a lot of the British teams I've played in, we only just wanted to specialise in 3 maps as we thought we had the best on those maps and kind of thought the others weren't worth playing. So it definitely keeps the game interesting. I think it's a good thing. Like, as long as the maps are developing and like the feedback is being listened to, like it's been on Cobble, we saw another update come out for it recently. I think it's definitely a good thing. The new maps being brought in. It just they need tweaking, and that's all I think. Like, and I think it's going to be a very good thing for CS:GO. That it's going to have more stuff to watch and more stuff to cast.
We're going to be that first frag on this first buy round of the second half for Team Dignitas. It'll be Fetish down by Pasha. This is Dignitas' big opportunity to get back into the game. Finally equalized out on weapons, but their love of this map may be floundering at the moment. Zipnix gets himself a frag on casually. I was going to say able to get away from Bialy, but he turned around and wanted a second bite of that cherry, and it wasn't to be. And we were on 4 versus 4. Device will just take a bite on Virtus.pro, unable to finish off the job. Dignitas setting up for an A push. Virtus.pro with 3 men there, prep for it, and get the first frag. It's Daisy that goes down. Returning the favor, though, is Bialy in style. 2 big frags with his Famus, and that leaves just Device 1 versus 3. He's a man that can in this situation, though. As he sits on top of that bomb site, stabs the bomb. It's up top where the VP players are waiting for him. Snacks to join the party. Pasha down. Device now 1-on-2. Look at that clock though, just 5 seconds remaining. And 2 frags, yes, he may have got, but bomb plant, no, he will not. And, VP will pick themselves up another round.
VP almost threw that one away. I'm not sure why they were facing. They knew where the bomb was. All they needed to do was just kind of make him force a plant out of him. Giving away 2 frags when the money was in such a difficult situation. It was pretty careless from them, but needless to say, they won the round, and that's all that counts at the end of the day. 12-7. Dignitas will be able to do a buy here. They're not going to have anything in terms of utility. They're going to have one player with the device with all the grenades. No one else really have anything to speak of. Very difficult to take this map, especially trying to take bomb sites and choke points with no smoke grenades. You can't really lock anyone out. That's going to mean, say that, nice little smoke kill from AZ. Who needs grenades when you can kill people through smoke?
Dignitas will push out just to clear out the other side of the site as Virtus.pro return the favor. Fetish just struggling to get into the game. He was in VP semi-final in Cologne, actually their top fragger.
Yeah. He can be very good. Like, I think people underestimate how much of a fragger he can be on his day. Definitely one of the top contributing members to the team. Team leader role is never easy to kill everyone as well.
Look at you flying the flag for the in-game leader.
Someone's got
AZ gets himself the frag for Dignitas. It's 3-on-3 here as Dignitas look to make their entrance in towards today's site, but no can-do for Xyp9x. Follows up with a second as well as AZ goes down. Now it's all on Device! And byali will pick it off, and VP coasting now.
That was the round that has just won VP the game, I'm going to say. That was very big, and it's going to knock Dignitas onto an eco here. And that was looked like it could have gone either way, but VP had some very smart play there and made sure they got the frag, fell back, didn't give too much away. And looks like we can see a Bison on Device here. And that is very questionable buy. I'm not really sure what he's even thinking that's going to do. Against head armor, that gun is like a water pistol. So I'm sure I'll eat my words in any second, but I don't really see what his plan is there.
Almost been downed as well as byali gets himself the first frag. Spike's still alive though. And, not anymore. That's the end of it. Well, full both. Oh, going for the knife kill. Wasn't to be. And that'll be 14-7. And Dignitas back on a buy round, and they're very much in the last chance saloon here. It's been the perfect start to their FACEIT season.
No, like so yesterday going up against Titan yesterday, losing to them without Fetish, to be fair to them, but this is a game they wanted to win and get themselves back into the competition, but it looks like it's slipping away from them now. This is obviously a very important round. He's going to put Virtus.pro onto match point. We see, as I say, that Taz, a fantastic move there. Great movement from him. Takes down Fetish and AZ.
Virtus.pro just open up, and from there, well, I was going to say, you can just sit back and wait for them to come to you. Not really in the Virtus.pro playbook, that. Device gets himself a kill onto Snacks, and was it running away with Xyp9x, who down to 10 HP now will run. And look to join up with Device, straight around the corner and claim himself that frag. And as Xyp9x goes down, they're 2-on-1, but separated, it becomes a 1-on-1. As now it is byali versus Device, and byali just happy to use that clock a little bit, got plenty of time, and knows byali will go looking. Yeah, punishes him for doing so.
Yeah, lovely stuff from him. Very cool and calm and collected there as he picks up a couple of frags and a nice clutch brain there at the end as well. Knew byali would be coming hunting for him, and he knew he had the bomb in hand, so he had the advantage there. So good stuff from him, but looks like we've got a secret weapon coming out from Virtus.pro. We've got Neo pulling out the AWP there. Looks like they're actually going to go quite aggressive there. So did Dignitas as they make their way through that middle area.
Yeah, with that orbit, if I recall from the FACEIT final, that's what they did as well in mid at that time. Memory fails me after some months, but for VP there, man to the good, and just wanting to close this one out because they've been the better side on this map for sure. byali will pull back. Damage done though, and byali's down to 37 points of health. Like charging in towards that B side, gets himself the frag onto Snacks. Alarm bells will be ringing on the VP side, but the bomb is going elsewhere. As it is Dupree who want to lead it in towards A, where there are 3 men 2 men waiting for him and 1 nearby. Device gets himself that frag onto Neo and then retreats all the way out. It is Pasha to charge around the corner. Zipnik's waiting for them, and Dignitas just faster to the punch this round. Get them the opening 3 kills after losing Fetish, and that should be enough for them. 4 on 2, and the Virtus.pro players split between A and B with really no idea where Dignitas are coming from. It's going to take something special from one of these players. It's not going to be Bialy. Taz 1 versus 4. Wrong on the side as well. Surely won't be.
I think he'll be wanting to save this gun here. Like Dignitas, fair play to them. They're still in this one. This could be a very important run indeed. If they can knock VP onto an eco here, there could be some sort of hope here.
It was the first time in this map that we've seen them just be quicker to the frags.
Yes, actually landing their shots and showing some dominance here. And this AZ will lose his AWP unless he actually knows for some reason that Taz is there. Great work from him. Very big, important frag there. It's going to knock VP down. We can see the money is good. We've got Bialy on 8k, so they can force a buy here. He'll have to be dropping a gun. There it is. And this is the round VP want to win. Like this, after losing this round, they might be forced to double eco. And it could get a little bit scary for them as the scoreline grows ever closer.
Look at the role of Device in this map.
Wow,
28 frags.
Going for it.
He has been absolutely ridiculous. On board with Fetish. Quiet game from the Bald Eagle of the Dignitas side. He shall soar majestically. Leading the charge for the nades that toss over the middle. And oh, there's Pasha waiting for Device, who had no idea what was around that corner. AZ then will avenge. Pasha getting into a fight that he really didn't have an advantage to get into. But we're down to a 4 versus 4.
Time ticking away now.
Dignitas can be forced into an A push just via the circumstance of the clock. And Fetish in that AWP will be the last man to get over there. And he'll need to poke around towards the back of that site. Taz will be screaming it for reinforcements. Bialy gets a frag, but Taz is down. Bialy just doesn't care. He's going to get himself a second and say, you know what, guys, I can do this all on my own. But it'd be nice if you made it over towards the B site. Zipnik's trying to get that bomb down now and add another dimension. Reinforcements make their way in, and Neo goes down. It's Bialy and Snacks versus Zipnik's and AZ. And a bomb to be defused. Snacks with that smoke just completely locking him out of that site. And the reality is for VP, they will have to save. They're too ballsy to not fight this one out. But there would have been the consideration. Bialy pushes in, will get dropped by Zipnik's, and now Snacks, if he can get out, will get out. In the end, it just never quite happened for VP, despite having that momentary man advantage.
Well, here we go then. Could be the turning point. This is going to be VP pushed onto an eco here. And this is what we were talking about. It's this kind of scary scoreline. 14-11 doesn't sound quite as comfortable as what they were in before. And looks like Dignitas kind of finally shown up on the server and seem to be hitting some great shots right now. It seems like Zipnik's and Device especially seem to be firing on all cylinders and making their way again into this middle area. And if they can just make sure they win this round and don't do anything too silly here, this should be another round of favor.
He spies Dignitas' blood. Doesn't happen for him. And this should be a real window back into the game, but Taz, that frag onto Fetish, gives them the AWP. Let's see what Taz can do with it. Still asking a lot from him, and still asking a lot from Dignitas, who make their way in towards that A site. Taz now looking to, if anything, he might survive.
Almost blew his own teammate's head off there.
That Device comes in, get himself the frag. Taz might think about saving out here. The Device is waiting for him, that won't allow it. And bomb planted, that'll be that. It's going to be 11 now, as he gets himself a kill and get the gun for it as well. But 14-11, a window of opportunity for Dignitas. Look at that, the closest game we've had today.
been very back and forth this one. It looks like it's definitely in the favour of Dignitas now. They seem to be taking all the momentum with them. And right now it's difficult to call which one they just go. Virtus.pro desperately want to close it out and end this one. I think it's a good decision from them to make sure they ecoed last round. And hopefully they can perhaps do something a little bit different now. But we've seen teams do aggressive stuff in middle. Maybe they want to kind of advance into the mid area with grenades and make sure they can actually have that dominancy in mid.
Device is the one who will try to counter that very idea. So he finds no one exiting into that middle area. And for Virtus.pro there, in risk of losing all their hard work. It's Neo gets the first frag, but he is swamped by the firing squad that is Dignitas, and it'll be Zipnix who claims the frag. Bialy will push in. Pasha now ready to see action over on that B site where there is a man, and the bomb thought about coming this way, but may make its way back towards T-spawn. Device bringing up the rear and looking at mid and saying, yeah, if you want to come this way, you can. And that is where the bomb carrier is going to go. Pasha will take on AZ, and AZ will get away almost unscathed. As the noise is being made on B, but the bomb is not coming this way. Snax doesn't care either way. He's just a lean, mean, fragging machine, dropping Fetish, and bringing us back to a man advantage for VP. Now the push is most certainly A, and it's most certainly on. There are only 2 players there for Virtus.pro. Bialy will be the one to spy the assault and get himself that first kill. Taz will get number 2, and as he runs out of ammo, he will be stopped in his tracks, but it is Device 1 on 3, chasing out the first frag, gets Bialy. Nice work from Device as he now will push in. 10 seconds left to go, though. Has to get that bomb down. Got Pasha, kills Pasha, now goes for the plant with 7 seconds to go. Reinforcements coming in the shape of Snax, who wins the round and puts Virtus.pro onto 4 match points.
Wow, that was just phenomenal play from Device there. Literally just so smart, running around, knew exactly what he was needed of him. Got it down to a one-on-one situation, and fantastic stuff from him. Luckily, though, Virtus.pro managed to hold on just about the skin of their teeth. And here we go. We go into match point now, and we can see Pasha on the AWP now. So a change of pace for VP, and it'll be interesting to see what approach Dignitas take to this round. We've seen him do very slow and controlled play the last couple of rounds. Maybe they'll maybe want to change that up a little bit this time.
On board with Bialy, who will see action, but with Dignitas built a bit of momentum. They still have something in it. It's full buy for them. The game not won just yet for VP. More with Taz on that A site. The T side meandering over towards A slowly. Have found nothing in that middle area. There is an exchange to happen there as well soon. It's Taz who's looking for players in B. As Pasha gets himself the frag onto Fetish, and still Taz now will see action as the nades come in towards that site, and he sits on it on that A-bomb site. Not going to happen for him. Zipnix gets himself the kill, and 2. Pasha, though, with the return will bring us back to 3 on 2, only momentarily as AZ comes in. And now he and his 16 points of health will jump on that A site, try to put the bomb down as quickly and ideally as discreetly as he possibly could. He's 1 on 2 after plant to keep Dignitas in this game. As he goes up against Neo and Snax, who will come in one by one, not really representing the buddy system there as they push in. Now, though, they'll come around the back of AZ, hand in hand, like good buddies should be, and will claim out the game. It is going to be Virtus.pro who dispatched Dignitas by 16 rounds to